Hello my friends and welcome to today's math video. Alright, we are in our final week of math videos. So that means we are going to finish up working in our math work number 4 book. There are going to be a few pages in our workbook that we don't use, so if you have some blank pages, don't worry about it. Since we're kind of running out of time with our school year, I'm being super picky about what pages we complete. So what we're going to do today is we're going to open up to page, whoopsie, I thought I had it saved. Silly Mrs. Sae-Wong. Like I said earlier, my brain is tired. We're going to open up to page 29. So I'll give everybody a minute to grab your book, open up to page 29, grab your pencil, come on back when you're ready. Okay, if you're back with me, that tells me you have your book, you're open to page 29, and you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, on the left side of page 29, it's asking us to find the value of each symbol, then color the correct answer. The value means they just want you to know the total, so you're going to solve the equation. So if you need to get out your counting blocks, if you need to get out one of your number grids, whatever you need to do to help you solve these equations, you can use your fingers and toes, but I want to know that you can solve addition equations. So let's do the first one together. We have 9 plus 6 equals an apple. Well, which apple does it equal? Well, let's count on from 9. Ready? So starting at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have my 6 fingers, so I added 9 plus 6 equals 15. So I'm going to color in the apple that represents 15. Okay? And that's all you're going to do. You're going to figure out how much each symbol is worth. So how much is the piece of pizza worth? My brain is tired, friends. I'm sorry. The sun, the hot dog, the Statue of Liberty, the sand pail, and finally the sand castle. So you're just solving the equations, and then you're finding the answer that fills in the blank for the picture. So hit pause, solve the equations, color in the picture that matches the correct answer, and come back when you're ready. Okay, if you're back with me, that tells me you're done with the left-hand side. Now we're going to work on the right-hand side of our page. These are more number puzzles, just like we worked on last week in our Home Connections book. So today, though, we don't have our number grid. You can always go get your number grid out of your Home Connections book, but we've been practicing this all month long in Number Corner and in some of our math videos, so hopefully this is starting to make sense. Just remember, if you have a number and you're jumping back 1, that's the same as just subtracting 1. If you have a number and you jump forward 1, that's the same as adding 1. If we have to jump down 1, that's the same as adding 10. But if we have to jump up a row, that's subtracting 10. So let's do the first number grid together. Are you ready? So we have 55. What's 1 less than 55? What's 1 less than 5? 4. So that means 1 less than 55 is 54. But if we have 55 and we need to jump 1 more, what's 1 more than 55? What's 1 more than 5? Good, it's 6. So 1 more than 55 is 56. Okay. So now we can do 2 things. We can take 54 and we can add 10. So let's do that. What's 10 more than 54? Well, then we're looking in our tens column. So what's 1 more than 5? 6. So what's 10 more than 54? Good, 64. We could do the same thing here. So we have 55. We're going to make one jump down, so that means adding 10. What's 10 more than 55? Well, we take our tens column. What's 1 more than 5? 6. So if we have a 6 in our 10, 10 more than 55 is 65. Okay. Let's come to the last row. So we have 74. We're jumping ahead 1. What's 1 more than 74? Well, what's 1 more than 4? 5. So what's 1 more than 74? Good, 75. So now we have one more box. We can either count forward 1 from 75, or we can count down 1 and add 10 to 66. We have choices. Let's just add one more. So we're starting at 75. What's 1 more than 75? Well, what's 1 more than 5? 6. So what's 1 more than 75? 70. Good, 76. And does that match? So if we're at 66, what's 10 more than 66? 76. Okay. So, I know some of you told me these were a little bit tricky for you last week. I want you to do your best. But if there are some you get stuck on, I just want you to circle it or leave it and bring this to our 11 o'clock meeting so we can talk about it. Because I guarantee if one of you is maybe having a hard time or is a little confused, there might be more of us. And I'd rather talk about it all together than have you at home frustrated. So do your best, but if there's any you're stuck on, hold off and bring it to our class meeting. But for now, go ahead and hit pause, work on finishing the right-hand side of the page, and come back when you're ready. Okay, if you're back with me, that tells me you're done with 29. Let's turn the page, and we're going to also work on page 30 today. 30 is all about what time is it? On the left, I should say, and then on the right, we're going to be working with some fractions. So on the left-hand side, it says, what time is it? Write the time each clock shows. So remember, the shorthand shows the hour, the longhand the minute. When our shorthand is in between two numbers, remember, it goes to the number before. So this first clock, the hour hand is between the 9 and the 10, so that means the hour is 9. And if the minute hand is at the 6, let's count. So starting at 12, remember that's the beginning of our hour. So let's count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So our minutes are 30. So this clock is telling us it is 9:30. Okay? That's what you're going to do for the rest of these 4 clocks, is you're going to write what time the clock is showing. Then, for the next group, you're going to draw the hands on the clocks to show the time. So the first time is 4 o'clock. So that means our shorthand is going to be pointing at the 4. And when it's 4 o'clock, when we have zeros in our minutes, that means it's the beginning of the hour. So our longhand is pointing up at the 12 because that's the beginning of our hour. So now our clock reads 4 o'clock. You're going to work on adding the hands for the remaining clocks. Okay, and then for the third row, it says you're going to draw the hands on the clocks to show the time or write the time each clock shows. So for this first one, you're going to write the time. The second one, you're going to draw the hands. So just look at which clock needs which piece of information. Go ahead and hit pause, work on telling time, come back when you're ready. Okay, if you're back with me, that tells me you're all done telling time. Finally, we're going to come over here and we're going to work on some fractions. And it says, for number 1, color 1/2 of the first circle and 3/4 of the second circle. So remember, 1/2 is where a shape is cut into 2 equal parts. So this is the same as saying 1 over 2 and 1 over 2, 1/2 and 1/2. When it says color 1/2 of the first circle, this is what I want you to do. You're just going to color 1/2 or one side. Now when it says 3/4 of the second circle, remember when it's 1, 2, 3, 4, the number on the bottom of our fraction is the total number of sections. This represents 1 section out of 4. This is 1, this is 1, and this is 1. So each section is 1/4 because it is one piece of the circle and there are 4 total pieces. It asks you to color in 3/4. So we're going to color in 1, 2, 3. So make sure your pictures match those. Okay. Number 2 asks you to draw lines to make halves in the first shape. So this is the first shape. And 4ths in the second shape. So in the first box, you're going to show me how to make a halves, how you're going to cut it into half. And on the second shape, you're going to cut it into 4ths. Number 3 says color 1 out of 4 of the first shape. So this is the first shape. You're going to color 1 out of 4 of that first shape. Then you're going to color 3 out of 4 of the second shape. So here's the second shape. You're going to color 3 out of 4 of this shape. Next, for number 4, you're going to draw lines to make 4ths in each shape. So making 4ths in our square and making 4ths in our circle. What does that look like? How do we divide this into 4 equal parts? How do we divide this into 4 equal parts? Okay, finally, number 5 asks the question, what size of a pizza is bigger, 1/2 or 1/4? So which is bigger, 1/2 or 1/4? So think about if 1/2 is bigger than 1/4 or the other way around. Then you're going to make a picture below to explain. So you're going to show me the difference between 1/2 and 1/4 to explain which one is bigger. Okay. When you're all done with both of these math pages, please head on over to Seesaw and send me a picture so that I know you answered all of the additional questions, you answered all of our number puzzle questions, you were able to tell me time, and you got in some more fractions practice. If you have any questions, I do not want anybody at home frustrated or stuck or, oh my gosh, grumpy because you're like, I don't remember or I don't understand. Please bring it to our 11 o'clock meeting. If you're watching this on Monday after Monday's 11 o'clock meeting, bring it to Tuesday's meeting. That's why I see your adorable faces every day so that we can talk about anything that you're having a hard time with. Okay, my friends? But that's it for math. Thank you for always working so very hard, and I will see you all later. Bye, friends.